My name is James L. Richard II, and I would like to take a look at legendary historiographer Hayden White and his book, Metahistory. According to K.F. Hilliard of St. Peter's College, Oxford, Hayden White's historiography for dummies, if you will, would be 1. From chronicle to story. The series of events as recorded in chronicle or annal is shaped into something with a beginning, a middle, and an end. This, however, does not constitute history. 2. For a story to be meaningful, understandable, and considered history, historians often mold the story to their likings. White suggests these predilections could be titled explanation, argument, and ideology. According to White, this is the historical unit model. For example, trade figures, ideas, separate causes, or anything which could be deemed independent within the historical field are symbiont. Furthermore, there is emplotment. This is what genre the story is associated with. According to Hilliard, argument, the formist mode of argument, sees individual historical units or entities as self-contained and relatively autonomous. The organicist mode assumes that individual units are determined by their place in a larger whole. The whole is more than the sum of its parts, and by a common spirit, for example, the zeitgeist. The mechanistic mode looks for laws of cause and effect connecting historical phenomena. The contextualist mode relates units to each other against a common background or frame of reference. Referencing emplotment, it suggests romance reveals in the victory of the virtuous after the toils and snares of life. Comedy is communally integrated and rejoices in the preservation of common human values versus the dangers of division. Tragedy emphasizes the opposing elements of human affairs and grieves over the loss of virtuosity when human values conflict with each other. Satire perceives only worthless changes in humanity's existence. Human relationships present no patterns and are mostly administered by chance and irrationality. One of White's most famous works, 1973's Metahistory, challenged the opinion that history functions in a distinctly dissimilar manner than literature. Concentrating on historical works by Croce, Marx, Nietzsche, Ranke, Michelet, Tocqueville, Burckhardt, and Hegel, White hypothesized that these iconic figures' works all presented an ironic historiography marked by distrust regarding diverse thought and varying human ethics. White contends the histories of these revered figures are represented by 4 styles of literal prefiguration: synecdoche, irony, metaphor, and metonymy. Truth's 4 theories, contextualism, mechanism, formism, and organicism. As previously stated, 4 typical design constructions: comedy, tragedy, romance, and satire. Lastly, there are 4 ideologies: conservatism, anarchism, liberalism, and radicalism. White contends historiography copies non-historical writing in several aspects. Moreover, they both rely on narrative for intimation, thereby ruling out the likelihood of impartial or truthful scientific history. White argues that history's successes lie in the avocation of narrativity, and he believes this is what makes history important. White's trope theory offers a method of describing the prevailing styles of historical philosophy that was founded in 19th century Europe. Moreover, these modes can be viewed as a moment or stage in discourse's tradition that progresses through metonymical from metaphorical and from synecdochic understanding of the historical sphere to an ironic trepidation of the complex doctrine of all knowledge. In other words, White's directive was, and I quote, to deconstruct a mythology, the so-called science of history. Following metahistory, White continued to analyze rhetoric associated with historiography. Yet later, he would assert that there was no neutrality in narrative. Hayden White is quite the interesting figure, and I would suggest all students of history take time to familiarize themselves with him. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Dr. Kotz for his extreme patience and understanding. Thank you to my wonderful classmates for their extreme pedagogy and wonderful quarter. And power to the people.